Good morning, my name's Bo. I've just received, well, to be honest, I received it a couple of months ago, but we're just about to make available to you this wonderful patu carving that we've received from a fantastic carver and friend, Andrew Doughty. Um, Now, when this first came through the door, I thought, wow, this is really quite something. It's just, it's beautifully carved. It's wonderfully presented. Little stand here. Well, it's not so little, but a stand that you can use to display it. And I was exceptionally taken by the intricate and very traditionally meaningful carving designs that Andrew has carved into this whale rib. And he's written extensively and explained extensively in some documentation that'll be supplied with us about the meaning for him behind the carving which is exceptionally interesting, really. And with his blessing, though, I'd just like to discuss elements of the piece that strike me as particularly meaningful. And I think, just talking a little bit about where it's come from and events, I think, that probably have impacted upon the design. I think that might be interesting for you, and it's certainly something that lies near and dear to my heart. Andrew carves out of Christchurch, which is our largest city in the South Island, and in 2011, Christchurch suffered a major earthquake, which caused massive damage across the city, and a number of people lost their lives. So it was traumatic and serious. And at the time, I had a business down there, so I was able to observe firsthand the impact that it had on people that I worked with down there, and their lives, and the immediate effects, and the longer term significant problems and struggles that it created for people. So when this piece came through the door and I looked at it, I asked myself, I sort of wondered, what's sitting in behind it. And, there's a number of interesting things to note. One is the back here is carved from a native rimu, a heart rimu timber, and that timber is a piece of a beam that Andrew recovered from a church that suffered irreparable damage in the earthquake, the Knox Church. He recovered some of the timber and he's used it as this, this capping on the back of this of the patu. But interesting, and you might not be able to see it very clearly. He separated it out with some beautiful fine strips of brass. But the interesting thing is that in behind this, and you'll have to take my word for this because you certainly can't see it, in behind this he's put three beautiful pieces of pounamu. Pounamu is our New Zealand jade. We also call it greenstone, but in Māori it's pounamu. It's a very significant stone, particularly for Māori. But I would say for all New Zealanders, really, and if you've been here or live here, you'll know that you'll see that many people wear it. They wear pounamu earrings, pendants, bracelets. It's a stone that people like to carry on them, and they feel that it's spiritually significant. So what we have here is we have a traditional piece, a patu, that normally would have been carved as a weapon. So it was used to fight, to defend and protect. Carved from, a magnificent piece of whale rib, and I mean, who doesn't love the whale? It's a fantastic ocean creature, and also highly revered and protected in New Zealand. So what we have is we've got a traditional carving made from whalebone. It has buried in it pounamu stone, jade, and that is protected by timber that came from a church that was effectively destroyed in an earthquake. So, thinking about this and having this with me over the past month or two or three, it gets you thinking about the significance of traumatic events, how people deal with them, what they do to survive and recover, and how often marvellous things evolve. People are incredibly resilient, just like the materials that have been used here. They move forward with hope, hard work, energy, the support of friends and family, and in this case, really the wider world. There were people from lots of countries that came down and supported immediately after the earthquake, from Japan, from over in Canada, the United States, lots of places. So as a nation, we're very grateful, but we live down at the end of the world, we always have, and there is a resilience in the character of people, and that's been absolutely demonstrated by the wonderful people of Christchurch who are rebuilding their lives and their city. And I don't want to go on and on about this, but really, when this came through the door, I thought it's an absolute reflection of that sort of courage, hope, and the ability to pick yourself up and move forward. So this is a beautiful carving. It's quite a spiritual piece in my view. It makes a spectacular sculptural display piece that I think somebody will take into their lives, and it will become an heirloom within their families, and it will gather stories and add to its already quite significant history. So those are my thoughts on this wonderful piece. I just felt the urge really to add to it a little bit and give it some context for any of you out there that are interested in looking at it and just enjoying it the way I have. So if you've watched this, thank you very much. And from all of us here to you, wherever you are, we send you our very, very best wishes for a healthy and happy and successful 2022. Thanks so much for watching, and cheers.